Clear thinking leads to nirvana. A confused mind is a place of death.
Okay.
Clear thinkers do not die. The confused ones have never lived. Okay? So when I read that, I say to myself,
these are the Buddha's words, Buddha's saying it.
Yeah, this
Buddha's
is-
wisdom.
yes, this is his wisdom. So the thought came to me, I said, wait a moment. I'm alive, I'm walking, I'm talking, I feel hungry, I feel thirsty, I'm breathing, somebody hits me on the head, it hurts. How can you say I'm not alive? So I thought about this and thought about this and thought about this for more than 25 years.
Okay.
Finally, I understood what Buddha was saying. Okay? Now, are you ready for this? Okay. What I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, why not? I'm very much excited about to hear this.
99.999999% of human beings on earth don't know who they are, and they don't even know that they.
Sure, sir. Proceed. Please.
Alright? You can, if you want, you can sit closer.
I can come
sit
closer.
closer if you like. That way the recording will be finer.
Yes.
Gustaji, you can also come close if you like.
Yes.
Okay? So, you want a tripod?
No,
Put this on.
I'm fine. Yes.
So, there are 5 aspects to Dr. Mehta's life, and I have a PowerPoint presentation in which what I'm going to tell you is all mentioned, and I can email that to you also. Okay? So, you don't really need to record this because it is written much more in detail. So, the first aspect of his life was that as a child, the thought came to him, what is the purpose of life? And it dawned on him that the perfect purpose of life is perfection. And since he did not know anything other than his physical body, he decided to make his body as perfect as possible. Okay. And so you can see that by the time he was 17, he had a very beautiful physical body. Now in Bombay at that time, okay, there was a gym owner. Most likely he was Jewish. His name was Saul. Saul is short for Solomon. And so Solomon wanted to promote healthcare and vitality, exercise, etc. And you have to realize that at that time we were still under the British Raj, because it was the year 1920.
Okay.
And Saul advertised that if anybody enters the weightlifting competition, they can exercise in his gym for free.
Okay.
So Dinshaji, here he was not yet Dr. Mehta, Dinshaji decided that he wanted a good gym where he could exercise, so he went to visit the gym. He liked what he saw, and the condition was that he had to enter the weightlifting competition in order to exercise at the gym. So he paid the 10 rupees. Now in those days 10 rupees was a lot of money. Okay? So he paid 10 rupees and he entered the weightlifting competition. And so while he was exercising at the gym, Saul, before he would do anything, he would do muscle control to warm up his body. And Saul was very impressed with his muscle control. So he asked Dr. Mehta, Dinsha, he said, would you do a special performance of muscle control after the weightlifting competition? And Dinshaji agreed. Okay. So when he entered the weightlifting competition, his weight was 144.
Okay.
And he entered in open class. Open class means he was competing against people who weighed 200 pounds, 250 pounds. And what he lifted in his first attempt, they could not lift in their last attempt. So he won the competition. So I asked him, I said, so how much could you lift? He said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He said, I never tried to lift the maximum that I could because I was afraid. And I said, afraid? Afraid of what? He He said, I was afraid that I would lose the grip on the barbell and it would fly into the audience.
Okay.
I said, excuse me? I said, can you elaborate on that? He said, yes. He said, all I had to do was when I would bend down and concentrate, and then when I would decide to lift the weight, it was like I was lifting a feather. I didn't feel any weight at all. It was like I was lifting a feather. So I was afraid that when I would lift it, if I lost my grip, it would fly into the audience.
So there was no gravity at all at that time?
Sorry?
Zero gravity. No gravity.
No, he did not feel. There was gravity.
But he didn't feel the gravity.
He did not feel it. And he said, at that time, I did not know where my strength was coming from.
Okay.
But the weight was like a feather for me.
Got
It
it.
was very easy. Okay. I said, okay. So then he won the weightlifting competition and he did the muscle control demonstration, and the audience was very impressed, and immediately they decided that they should have a physical gymnasium for the youth of India.
Okay.
So in those days, 30,000 rupees was a lot of money. It is probably like 3 crores now.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe more. So the money was raised and a gymnasium was started in Bombay near Govalia Tank, and I'd been to that gymnasium.
Okay.
And then when I'd gone to that gymnasium, there was one of the photographs of Dr. Mehta showing the discus throw, and I thought that that was a statue carved out of marble of one of the Greek gods. I did not realize that that was Dr. Mehta.
Oh, I see. Like Apollo, the Greek god Apollo?
Right. Okay. They're not Apollo so much as the flying Mercury.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, the second phase of his life was that he was born into a family, a joint family in Jalna.
In
That time, Jalna was a part of the state of Hyderabad,
Okay.
Nizam of Hyderabad. And his grandfather was extremely wealthy, and his mother was the only daughter, okay, and the eldest child of his grandfather. And so they lived in a huge compound, joint family, and they had an armory full of all sorts of weapons.
Okay.
All sorts of rifles, 12-bore shotguns, revolvers, pistols, spears, swords, you name it. And there were roughly anywhere from 50 to 100 people living in the compound. And so he learned to hunt from his maternal uncle. Okay. And so I asked him, I said, how many tigers did you shoot? He said, I didn't shoot too many tigers because I was mostly shooting panthers.
Panthers only.
Okay. But still, I said, how many tigers did you shoot? He said, oh, about 8 or 10. Now, you have to understand that to most people, shooting one tiger is a big deal.
Yeah,
For him, 8 or 10 was not a big deal.
Big deal.
So then I asked him, I said, how many panthers did you shoot? He said, I stopped counting after 77.
Wow.
All right? Now, Mahatma Gandhi, then at the age of 21, okay, he had a sunstroke.
Okay.
And when he had the sunstroke, he was in a coma for a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when he got out of the coma, okay, spontaneously, in his mother's kitchen on the table there's a book called Fasting Cure by Upton Sinclair. And he started reading it, and that was his introduction to naturopathy. Now, fasting is one of the, I would say, important principles, okay, of naturopathy. Okay. But it is not the whole story. It is only one of the 5 laws of health.
Okay.
And so then he started going within himself, and he decided to start treating people using nature cure as a system of healthcare.
Okay.
Now, Mahatma Gandhi himself was interested in nature cure and believed in nature cure. So he heard about Dr. Mehta and he started sending him patients. And one day, finally, Dr. Mehta decided that he wanted to meet Dinsha, Dr. Dinsha Mehta. So he sent a telegram. Okay. But Dr. Mehta was on a tiger shoot. So the telegram did not reach him till 2 days later.
Okay.
When he finally got the telegram, he immediately gave up his hunt and went to see Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi used to stay at Mani Bhavan on Hughes Road in Bombay.
Okay.
And that building has been preserved now as a national heritage because that's where he would meet people. And usually Mahatma Gandhi would be doing Maun Dharan. Okay. And so when Dr. Mehta came, first question Mahatma Gandhi asked him is, "What took you so long?" He said, "Well, I was on a tiger hunt." So Mahatma Gandhi quipped, he said, "Maro shikar na kare nakto. Don't make a shikar out of me." And then they spoke for 15 minutes, which according to people was a record because most people did not get more than 5 minutes with Bapu. And then over a period of time, whenever Dr. Mahatma Gandhi would come to Pune, he would stay at Dr. Mehta's facility in Pune. And then eventually the two of them decided to form the All India Nature Cure Foundation Trust.
Okay.
And Dr. Mehta gave up all of his physical belongings, okay, to the trust. Okay. Now, so this was Dr. Mehta, the strong man, Dr. Mehta the shikari, and then Dr. Mehta the naturopath. Okay. Then came the
a spiritual revolutionary
I'm
finally.
sorry?
A spiritual revolutionary finally.
No. Then came also the fact that he was a revolutionary.
Okay.
He was very involved in the freedom struggle of India. Okay, and as a naturopath, amongst his patients, all the political leaders of that time of India were his patients, including Sir Stafford Cripps and Lady Cripps. And Sir Stafford Cripps was heading the three-man commission that was given the responsibility of granting independence to India. Okay. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Vallabhbhai Patel, okay, Sarojini Naidu, okay, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, okay, they were all his patients, including the Birlas, okay, etc., etc. And so he was extremely well connected politically, and he was the liaison between the Muslim League and Congress,
Okay.
and also between Sir Stafford Cripps, okay, and Congress. Okay. And what I am about to tell you is not there in the history books. Okay. So he was treating both Sir Stafford Cripps as well as Lady Cripps. And so after treating Lady Cripps, he would generally then meet Sir Stafford Cripps before going back to his office. And he saw Sir Stafford Cripps crying.
Okay.
He said, "Well, why are you weeping? What's wrong with you?" And then he mentioned, he said, "For the past 3 days, I've been trying to give the independence of India and the control of the government to Congress. But Congress has refused to accept, okay, any of the conditions that we have given, whereas the Muslim League has accepted all of them.
Okay.
So I have no choice. But tomorrow, okay, if Congress does not relent, I'll have to hand over the administration of India, of independence India, to the Muslim League." When he heard that, he went to Bapu and he spoke to Bapu in a very hard way. Okay? And he told Bapu, he said, "You are very self-conscious."
Okay.
So Bapu listened and then told him, he said, "You are the second person to say this." He said, "Who's the first?" He said, "Jawaharlal." Okay. And then Bapu mentioned that the Muslims want parity, and how can we give them parity, etc., etc. But nevertheless, the next day, Congress had accepted, and so the point is that India got saved from being ruled by Muslims. Otherwise, India would be under the Muslim League and ruled by Muslims. Okay. This is not there in the history books. So that was Dr. Mehta, the revolutionary. Now, Dr. Mehta, the spiritual master, in 1936, spontaneously, we started getting spiritual experiences.
Okay.
And he thought that he was actually becoming schizophrenic.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Pathological or just a symptom?
No, he was not schizophrenic, but he was getting all of these
So symptoms of
visions, spiritual visions, etc.
67 January, you met Dr. Mehta in Bombay, sir?
January 7th in Bombay. He was living in Bombay at Mayfair House, and he gave a discourse. A discourse is when he tunes his mind with the mind of God, and then he doesn't know what he's talking. His body and mind become an instrument through which the higher mind speaks. So, what is the purpose of life? So, this was the definition that was given. From the source unto the source, in keeping with the principles emanating from the source, is the journey of life eternal. All else is lifeless existence in life eternal. Okay. It is very important. Okay. From the source back to the source. Okay. Now, from this you can understand that the source is also the goal. All right. But through the journey, the goal, the source learns more about itself and grows through the journey. Okay. All right. So when we talk about vipassana, vipassana is only doing what I would say the fifth aspect of the first principle of right surrender.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein
Very interesting.
it will help you. It will help to calm your mind, but it is not going to free you from the cycle of karma. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will explain karma to you in 1 minute.
Sure.
Okay? Now, is this bottle holding me or am I holding the bottle? I'm asking you. Am I holding the bottle or is the bottle holding me?
You are holding the bottle.
Thank you. Is anybody forcing me to hold the bottle?
Not yet.
No, nobody is forcing me, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to free myself from the bottle, what do I have to do?
Just throw it.
No, just leave it.
Just leave it. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So what causes karma? Free will and attachment.
Okay. Free will and attachment.
These are the two principles that cause karma.
Uh-huh.
Because nobody is forcing me to hold the bottle.
Exactly. Yes.
Alright? I am holding it of my own free will. So I can't say, oh, the bottle is pour me. No. All I have to do is let it be. Put it down and I am free.
Yes.
So
simple.
The reason we all have karma is because we are all attached. Attached to thoughts about material things. Okay, now you have to understand that all experiences get converted to thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All experiences. They get converted into thoughts. Okay. And so in the final analysis, your attachment is to what? To your thoughts.
Okay.
Now, the truth of the matter is that you don't know anybody.
This should be like a conclusion of this moment. Mm-hmm. Whatever we talked, could you please give me the important line and the conclusion?
Well, first off, I want to point out to you why 99.9% of the people on earth don't know who they are, and they don't even know that they don't know who they are.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, ask somebody to introduce themselves. What is the first thing they will do?
Name,
They will
address.
give their name.
Yeah.
But they are not their name.
They are not the name. Actually.
Then if they are married, they'll give the name of their spouse.
That's not real.
but they are not their spouse. If they have children, they'll give the name of their children, but they are not their
They are
children.
not the real.
If they have a business or profession, they'll give the name of the business or profession, but they are not the business or profession.
Yes.
They'll give their address, but they are not their address. If they have gone to university, they'll give the names of the university that they've gone to, okay?
Okay.
And all of the degrees that they have received, but they are not the university nor the degrees.
Yes.
You got that? In other words, their entire identity of who they are is based upon who they are not. Can you see that?
Very reciprocal, I think.
In addition to that, their entire life they have filled their mind with thoughts about things that are outside themselves. And things that are outside themselves are not them.
Not them.
So if your mind is full of everything that you are not, how can you know yourself?
Difficult. Impossible.
Impossible. You cannot know yourself. See? So in order to know yourself, what do you have to do?
Take out the garbage first.
You have to empty your mind of everything that you are not.
Yes.
And then who you are will come to the surface and you become Khuda.
Automatically that will come, I think.
Correct. You become
Unanimously.
Khuda.
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 Khud-a.
Khuda. That is the Iranian name for God. Aura Khuda for Ishwar. But you have to understand, Ishwar is not Paramishwar.
The nearest translation of Khuda means that's close to God.
Khuda means
I myself
who
is
you
God.
are. Who you are is coming to the surface. So the nearest translation will be your soul. Okay, so Khuda is Ishwar, not Param Ishwar.
Not the
Okay.
Paramatma.
Khuda is like every cell in your body, whereas Param Ishwar is your entire body.
Oh, I see.
You got it?
Got it.
All right. Now, can you see that why people don't know who they are?
I have no idea, sir.
No, I have just explained to you. Okay, that they don't know. Can you see that they don't know?
They don't know.
Okay.
They don't even know. They don't know.
Correct. So now the question is, if you are not living, who is living? It is your mind. Because when you say I am happy, who's the I? It's your
Mind.
mind. When you say I am upset, who's the I?
Mind.
It's your mind. If you say I want this, who's that? It's your mind. So the question is, are you your mind?
No.
So if you are not your mind, why are you wasting your whole life trying to satisfy it? That's what people do.
Exactly.
They spend their entire life trying to satisfy their mind. Okay? And so they waste their lives.
So what is the main duty to realize oneself over here? The first duty of human beings over this
I'm
planet.
sorry?
The first duty of human beings over this planet is to realize
Who
the
they are?
self
To know yourself.
first.
Because you cannot, unless you know yourself, how can you know anything else?
Okay, that's true.
And that is why on the temple of Olympus, okay, it is written, man know thyself.
Thyself.
Okay?
Okay. So what is the solution? There are lots of problems in the world. We talked about human beings now. Because majority of the people of this world, they don't know themselves.
And they don't even want to know them.
And then the world is havoc. What do you think about it? Why the incarnation are not working to beautify the world?
That's a never-ending question. Okay?
Okay.
You have to realize that most of the people, okay, they prefer a life of illusion.
The ignorant life.
That is the illusion. That is the reason why Hollywood and Bollywood are famous, because they are producing illusion.
Lots of hallucination, maybe.
You understand? Okay, people don't like reality.
They like illusion.
They like illusion.
Because reality is bitter, I think.
Not.
And the illusion is so sweet.
People prefer sweet lies, okay, to the hard truth.
Yes.
Reality is hard. It
Very hard,
it is not bitter. It is hard.
It is very hard.
Truth can be gentle if you surrender to it, or it can be the hardest of the hard if you oppose it.
If you don't surrender.
Okay.
Got it. It's like flowing with the river.
Right.
Not in the against.
Right. Don't go against the current.
Flow with the current.
Okay. Chalo, I will show you to your room where you can relax a little bit?
Thank you very much. We'll continue, sir. I'm very much excited to continue with you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.